Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Rahul. So from today onwards, we are starting DSA using Java sessions, and it will not be covered by one video. It will be like multiple sessions. So as I already mentioned, it's a beginner level. I will start from Java basics things that we need for our uh, future sessions. So if you know about basics and all, you can skip this session because I will start from the variables onwards. So if you have no prior experience in Java or in any coding language, you can start from here, and I will share the notes also in description. You can take it from there. So as part of that, we can start. So this is the syllabus that I shared in Telegram channel as well as in Discord. You can take it from there, and I will share that group links in the description also. So uh, only thing you need is the Java IDE. Currently, I am using IntelliJ. So there is no need of any premium version of that. Only need community edition. I will share that link also. You can take it from there. It's nothing, just a normal software installation process. So there is no need to get into that much. So in today's video, we are covering these 4 points: Java syntax, control flow, methods, and OOP concept. So if you know these things, then you can just skip. So as part of that, we will start from our first session. So welcome to the presentation for DSA using Java. So just I will give a brief introduction about Java. It is, as you know, a high-level language which will use OOPS concept developed by Sun Microsystems, and it is well known for its write once, run anywhere capability, which means if you run this code in one OS, you can run the same code in any other OS without any issue. That's the thing. So it's mentioned like write once, run anywhere. So mostly, as you know, it's used for building applications like web application. Mostly, it's using for backend application level as well as mobile um, apps. Then enterprise levels like e-commerce sites, these things, and as well as the banking applications. So Java is using in almost everywhere now also. So the things you need in order to work with this sessions as well as everything is the JDK and IDE. Currently, I have a JDK version 21 or 23. I'm not. I didn't check that. Anyway, I didn't install anything different from the one I already had. So I will just share that links also regarding JDK. Just install those JDK and IDE because these are needed to run your Java code. Otherwise, it will give you errors and all. You will not able to write the run the codes. So this is the first thing that we have in the whatever programming language you take. This is the first thing you have to know: variables. So it is nothing. Just imagine you have a container, okay, and container or a box, and that box have a value of 5. So just think there are multiple boxes like this having the value 5. So you have to understand which is the particular box is this. So you can name it as X. This is the thing. Just understand, it is like we are naming a value. So just if you see here x equal to 5, when we writing in maths, mathematics or anything, x equal to 5 means we are assigning the value 5 to x. When it comes to programming language, we will give the keyword, or we will give the term data type. So here it's 5 means it's like an integer. So we will give int x equal to 5 with the ending semicolon. So this is the way we are writing one variable in our programming language Java. So this is the thing. In definition terms, you can get it like this. So it's a variable in Java is a container that holds a value or a reference to a value. It enables the storage and manipulation of data during the execution of a program. So if you see any other programming language, you can see we will use it for further uh, execution things like operations or anything like for loops or something, we will use it. So this is the first and important thing while we are writing one code. So it will allows you to store data that can be reused and modified as your program runs. So what it means reused and modified means, there is some things that you have to know. That is, we can use some temporary variables which can be hold the current value, or which can use the current value for the further um, process, and the current we can compare that process value with the compared original variable. So these type of things we can use for be reused. Modified means once you um, take one value, that can be changed after some process. So these are the things that can be used as part of variables. Now it has some certain rules. So first one, it needs to begin with a letter, dollar or underscore. Then it cannot be Java keywords, which means there are so many keywords, as you know, like int, char, string, new, this, like these type of things we can't use as names for variables. Then it's better. The third one is not mandatory. It's a formal way to use camel case for variables, which means the starting let if it's two word, then the starting letter should be can be small letter, and the next word starting can be a capital letter. In that way, it will be looking nice. That's why it's mentioned using camel case for variables. Now it can be instance, class or static, or local. So these type of things we can discuss in further sessions, because during uh, programming things it will be easy to explain. And data types, it is a classification that specifies the type of data a variable can hold. As I already mentioned, when I first mentioned about variables, I have told in programming language, when we writing one initialization, variable initialization, we have to give which type it is using, because that's required. Whatever programming language you take, that uh, data type is necessary. So these are some examples: number, character, boolean, like that. Mostly, in most cases, it will be like integer, string, character, in this way. Booleans are using when we have to check whether it's true or false. Is it in that way? and operations that can be performed on that value, like integer can perform operation to integer. In that way we can use. This is the another thing. In data type there are some data types like short, int, in this way. So the memory space for each data type is fixed. So based upon that we have to use. So there is two types in data types: primitive and non-primitive, as well as reference. In primitive we have byte, short, int, long, float, double, cap, boolean. So these are the things that we are using in primitive data types. So uh, these things you have to understand. This byte is the smallest one which we will use, and it is somewhat bigger than byte, then int. If you search in Google, the another thing that I have to mention to you, just not listen to my videos only, just try to go through YouTube, as well as Google AI, like Gemini, ChatGPT things. Just give these words and just understand what is these things, what you have to get. And if I give byte to um, a value like 9 or 10 digit value to byte, what will happen? So these type of things just research, because it's a best thing to research and learn. Otherwise you won't be able to learn that much. Just listening to my videos or my notes is not um, that much efficient. You have to research on your own. And in non-primitive there's a string, array, and objects. So when it comes to string, it is nothing but it is like a set of characters. Like we are arranging a list or a set of characters together, that is string. Arrays is nothing but we are uh, storing same type of data together. Like it can be sometimes integer, it can be sometimes sorry sometimes string, character. In this way it can varies, but in one particular array it can be only one type of data. Objects, it will come when we are mentioning about oops concept. Next, operators. So these are the 8 operators that we are using in our coding language: arithmetic operators, assignment operators, relational operators, logical operators, unary operators, bitwise operators, ternary operator, and type comparison operator. So in first one, arithmetic operator, it is nothing but it's like we are doing some calculations like addition, subtraction, division, multiplication. These are the things that we are mostly using in arithmetic. Also we will use that modulo operations. In assignment it's like we are assigning one value, as I already mentioned, variable initialization. So these type of things are like a assignment operator. Then relational and other things I will just show you in code how and what all things are there for these operators part. Now we can switch to coding part. So this is the thing. IntelliJ, I just checked whether the codes are working fine or not. So uh, I'm just taking this much only. So First of all, we can start from the variables part. Int age is equal to 25. Okay, so once you have this, we are not using this anywhere. Okay, that's why it's showing like this. So if you want to know what is the output, just system underline age. Okay, so as you can see, just run this. See, this is how you can give on get the output. So here I don't have to give anything rather than the numbers, right? So when it comes to integer, sorry, strings or character, just take character. First, we can go through the primitive data types. Character, I will give grade. Okay, if I give this, see, it's showing in red color, which means it's not correct. So you have to give it in single quotes for character. Okay, so I'm just removing the name. Sorry, age to grade. See, showing. So you have to understand. For numbers, it's okay. You can give it in as it is. When it comes to character as well as string, you have to give it in double quotes. Now, other things that you have to know, like double. So it's coming when you have decimal characters. Okay. See, if you change it to int, see, incompatible type, possibly do the conversion from double to int. So you can't even give uh, int for a double variable. Okay. Now next we can go for the boolean. So here what you can do is what hmm, okay. Uh, wait. These things will come later. This is the way we can use for boolean, like to give either true or false. Okay. Uh, this boolean functionality will come under control flow statement, because when we have something like if a particular statement is correct, then we have to give it as true or false. In that way we can use. And another thing is string name. So it have to be given in double quotes. So I am just giving my name. See, it's getting. Next, as we already have this age here, we already initialized. Now we can see one operation like int sum age. Okay. Now what what you will get means the summation of this number. This is one arithmetic operation that you will get. So these are the things that you have to understand regarding the variables and the data types. Next is the uh, operators that we used before. Mm, so let's start with that. I'm just removing this. So regarding that, we have just we need to initialize three variables. I'm just using integer. You can take it as your wish. Okay. So first we can start with arithmetic operations. Println. So I will just give the name arithmetic operations. First we can start with summation. Okay. So just run this code 15. So this is the way you can give for the remaining. Just see subtraction, uh, division, multiplication. Then another one is there, that is modulo. See, so these are the things that mostly coming under arithmetic operations. So uh, next that we have is the assignment operators. As I already mentioned, we can assign one value to another variable. So assignment operations. So mm, Here one we have empty, so we will use that. So first we can check with um, assigning the value of A to C. So we already have the value 10 to A, so we can use that. We can just comment these. Rows. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I'm assigning A also. Yeah, C equal to 10 now. Now we can try other operations like see, this is the same thing. We are just changing the symbols, same like same arithmetic operations. Okay, we can do the subtraction, uh, division, multiplication, as well as modulo. Subtraction, uh, division, and modulo. So see here, same we will get. So this is the purpose of assignment operation. Like this is just a shortcut method. Actually, the way it's actually working is C is equal to C plus B. Okay, this is the thing happening in all these assignment operators. Okay, rather than the first one. Next, we can go for relational operators. So here it's nothing but we are mostly checking whether the A is one variable is equal to another variable in that way. So first one is relational operation, checking whether same or not. So A is equal to B. So as you can see, we have A is 10 and B is 5, so it's false. So like that we have other things like now we check whether it's same. Now we have another also, which is to check is not equals. For that we will use exclamation and equal. See, now it's become true because A is not equal to B. Next we can check greater than or equal to sorry, greater than B. Correct. Now we can do for the remaining less than, greater than, less than. Okay. So these are the things you will get regarding relational operator. Next one is the logical operation, that is the and or not that we using in um, logical operation. So uh, now we have to take two variables regarding boolean. Sorry, I will use x and y. Okay, so first one we are going for and operation x y, which is false. Now we are going for, which means both needs to be true. Then only it will gives true. If anyone gives false, that's why we are getting false. Like that, we have another one. This is for or, and another one, uh, which is not. As I already mentioned here, which is using as not operator. Sorry. So this is the thing. Yeah, I will just explain what are these things. So I already mentioned in this x and y, if any one among them is false, then it will give return as false only. So in the second thing, the condition is opposite to the first one. Any one operation, any one variable is giving true, then the output will also become true. Third one is like whatever you give. If you give not true, then you will get the output as false. So if you give here y, you will give it get it as true. So this is the thing that regarding logical operation. Now we can go for next, which is uh, the unary operations. Like mostly this thing, most of you might be see in the iteration operations like plus plus a plus plus b. I like in this way. So I am taking the a that we already had. Sorry, typing mistake. So these are like a post and a pre iteration. We will discuss this more in uh, coding time. Okay. So we are having the value of a as 10. So just see after all this operation, what is the value of a. So as you can see, both these are same, but when you um, search for what is the difference between post and pre iterations, you will find the difference. So just search these things like what is post iteration and pre iteration, because these things will be asked in the interviews. So uh, that's a thing regarding uh, unary operation. So next is ternary operation. Sorry, ternary. Okay. So it's nothing but it's like a simplified form of if else that we are using. So just take one variable max. Now we will check whether a greater than b. Then we have to uh, get a. If it is true, if the a is greater, then we have to take a or else b. So this is the thing. that we are taking. So we will check which one is max. See, this is the thing we will get regarding ternary operation. It's nothing. The usage of if else in a simplified manner. That's why we are using ternary operations. Next one is uh, control if control flow statements. So we can shift to that now. So control flow elements statements. So it is using to direct the flow of program execution based on conditions and loops, which means just imagine you have to create uh, two session create a group like the students whose score is greater than 80 percentage or 90 percentage. So based upon this condition you will group them, right? So this is the same thing what we are using control flow statements, which means we will allow decisions repetition branching within the uh, program, like mm, till one condition meet we have to do iteration, like we will use to run a specific condition like n times, like that we will use. Then enhance the pattern matching, switch expression, functional programming support. These things. These things are actually coming for by the Java 23 version, that we Java 23 24 version, which is the latest one, I think. So conditional statements, looping, and branching. These three are coming under the control flow statements. In conditional, we have the if else, and switch. In looping, we have for, while, and do while. In branching, break, continue, return. Return is like exit. Okay, that's why we are using. So for this, we will go through the coding part. Uh, so before that, we can just uh, get a brief regarding methods also, because that also uh, that will be easy when we go to the coding part. So methods is a block of code that perform a specific task. Uh, Means what would say, if you write the recursion like programs when in your college time or school times, then you might be understand we will write a subtask sub method which we will call inside our main class. So these are the things which means a method, like the small classes, small methods. Okay, so in that we have three things to understand, like parameters, return types, and scope. Parameters is nothing. Sometimes there will be no parameters. Sometimes it can be a single parameters as well as multiple parameters. Like if it is no parameters, we are not even passing any values to that. If it is single parameter, we will pass one value. If it is multiple parameters, we have to pass multiple values to the uh, subtask. Okay, that's I mentioned the specific task. Then the return type. It is nothing. It can be void or any other data type, which means mostly we will use int, string. These can be used as the return type. Then scope means it can be local, global, and class. Like some variables that can be accessed by all the uh, sub methods or any method. It have to be initialized in the main class itself. Then we can call it like that global variable. Then local means it have to be used inside a particular um, block itself, means particular method we will use. So these are the things regarding scope. So parameters, return, and scope is coming under the method session, which you have to understand why we are passing some values. So for that we are using parameters thing. Now let's jump into the coding part. So here I will just write one sub task, which is the specific task, like to add two numbers, a simple one, so that you will understand. Okay. uh, Wait a second. I forgot about the control flow statements. So we can start from that. Just take one number, um, 10. Okay. Now uh, we can set for if else statement. So if num mod 2 is 0, then uh, it is even number, right? If since it is done, it will be a even, right? If it is not, then what will be it? Nothing, right? So we have to be give else condition. Now you can see it's odd. So this is the usage of if else. Okay. There is another one there. If else if. Uh, what to give? Okay. Else if. See, this is the usage of else if. If there is one more condition is there, then you can use else if. If it is only two condition, like as I mentioned, even or odd, then you can use two, like if else. If it is multiple condition there, you can use again you can use else if. Okay, so this is the usage of else if. You can give multiple times, no issue. At the end, you have to close it with one else condition. That's the um, pattern of else if else if. Okay. Next is switch case. Uh, we can uh, start with go for a month. Okay, so I will take, sorry, month equal to 3. Okay, now uh, I will, this is the method for writing switch case. Month. So when you go for switch case, in the word itself it's there, we have to give cases. Okay, so case 1, you have to if it is 1, then you have to print a particular thing like Jan. Okay, if it is Jan, then what you have to do, break. So in this way you have to give for the remaining. Okay, case 2 and case 3, Feb, March. Okay, fine. So once this done, we have to um, end it with one default. Okay, like you can give, sorry, other month you can give whatever necessary. See, March is there. Okay, so whatever you give here, it's like if you give 6, other month. So this is the thing, whatever value you give, if it is not matching in these cases, it will take the default value what is given in this particular default case. Okay, that's the use of switch case. So next what we are going to do is loop. So I think most of you know regarding what is loop and all, even though I will just show you. It is like iterating till we met a condition. For int I is equal to 0, I less than 5, then I plus plus. So here uh, you can give like this. Okay, I will just comment these things now because we are not using that now itself. See, I equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So I have one question to you, like how many times this for loop is executing? If you keep one breakpoint here, okay, if you go for debug, then it is now here, okay. Step over. See, the value of I is 0 and I is 0, okay. Just count it, 1. Now it's again went back. Now it's second execution. Now it's 3. Now it's 4. Now it's 5. This is the sixth execution. It is exiting. Okay. So you have to understand, when you give a particular condition using for loop, the number of execution that is taking here, sorry, is n plus 1. Okay. Whatever number you are giving here plus 1 times it will execute. Okay. So here it will execute 6 times. So these are these type of things, if you are a fresher or something, might be needed for your interviews sometimes. So just keep it these things in your mind. Okay. Next we can go for while loop. It is like so this one, it will uh, repeat until known number of times. We know it is 5. Okay, so whatever number we give, till that it will iterate. So in case of while loop, it's different. It will repeat until a certain condition becomes true. Is true. Okay, just take int j equal to 1. Okay, while uh, j less than or equal to 3, uh, we have to check for the iteration time. So j, and as here we have to increment j. Okay, so just comment this also, so that we can check for j itself. See, it is currently 1 till it met it becomes 3, it stopped. Okay, so like this you can give breakpoint and check how many times it will execute the particular loop. Okay, so next one is the do while. Okay, it's uh, somewhat similar to while only, but the functionality is different. So just take in the I is equal to 1. Okay, do uh, a plus plus while k less than or equal to 3. Sorry, I less than or equal to 3. Okay, when you run this code, same you can see 1, 2, 3. But the thing regarding do while is The do while will run at least once if the condition is not right. See, I hope you understand what it means. Uh, we have the value I, 1 for I, then we are printing I, but the condition is I should be greater than or equal to 3, even though it printed I at once, then it end its execution because the condition is not true. This is the use of do while, at least once it will execute. Okay, now we can go for our methods that I mentioned regarding um, parameters, return types, scope. Okay, so public class main. Now I will create one method which is a common one which is used for addition. Okay, public static int add. So here we will give one operation like I already mentioned. We will have sorry, return a plus b. Okay, so here it will returns the result whenever we will call this add function. So here you can see we are passing to parameters also, right? Now I am going to write another method is which have the return type void. Here you can see the return type is int. Okay, public static void. So I will name it as greet string name. Hello. Okay, here you can see I didn't add any return here, even though it is not showing any error. If I remove this return here, it will throw error. You can see insert return. Okay, this is the thing regarding return types. If it is integer or a string or any other type, we have to give one return. If it is void, then there is no need of any return type. Now we can create our main class where we can call these methods. Sorry, static void main. Okay. Int result is equal to, now we have nothing, we have the function already add, then we have to pass two parameters like because we are giving two variables here values, so we have to pass two values now. So you can see it is a, now b is 10. Okay, now I am calling this greet. method, and I have to pass one value like I will give my name. Oh, I have to give it in double quotes. Uh, there is one more thing. Like I told you, we can give it without any parameters. So sub. So at that time, um, um, so we can give it like second. I'm getting a call. Okay. So if I'm going for subtraction, okay, I will take two values like 15 and b is equal. Sorry. Okay. Now I have to return the result minus b and return result. Okay. This is the thing. Now it's nothing. In the main, we have to just call this method. So int subtraction is equal to sub, and I have to just call it system dot out println subtraction. Okay. Okay. Now run this. See, we have the name, then we have the addition, we have the subtraction. So these things we will get. So this is two parameters. That is the thing I mentioned. Multiple parameters, single parameters, no parameters. So this is the way we can using. We are using methods in uh, while we doing DSA. We have to write some helper methods, which we have to implement some functionality, which we have to call inside the main method. So this is the usage of methods. Okay. Now we can uh, go for next part. That is the um, object oriented. That's the OOPS concept. So our next part is OOPS concept. So might be already know what is object class and all these things. The other things are inheritance, polymorphism, then abstraction, encapsulation. These things we will go through code, then only you will get better understanding, because the definition is simple when we uh, by heart the definition thing, it's you, anyone can understand. So we can just go through the code once so that it will be easy for you. Okay, so I will just mention. First of all, object. It is nothing but it is a real world instance. When you take a pen or anything, whatever thing you take, if you can give a feature regarding that, then we can mention like it's a object. Example, we can take a car. Okay, so when you take a car, you can mention like it have this color, it have four wheel. Mostly all the car have four wheels, right? So these things you can mention so that it can be an object. And class is like a blueprint, which means when I mentioned we have whatever we can explain, we can, there is a functionality in a particular thing is an object. Class is like, just now only I said about car. So class is like it is a collection of car. As you know, there are so many brand regarding cars also, like a BMW, Benz. So these type of things will come under one section, means class. So if car is an object, then class is like collection of objects. Okay, now we can start with our coding part. So first we can create one object. Before that, I have to create one class with some behaviors. Sorry, with some features like color or model something. Okay, class car. Okay, now I am just giving some field which also known as attributes or properties like that. So string color. Okay, and the model which can give it us, sorry, we can give it task here only, so it will be easy for you. Now I'm just uh, writing one method in this, which is like its behavior, void uh, drive. So the car is driving. Okay, it's nothing but just a simple one. Now inside our main class we have to create one object for the class we created for the car. Okay, so car, my car is equal to new car. Okay, so here this is our class, sorry, object that we created for the class car. So you can, once you click on the dot, you will get the color, year, drive, these things that we given inside the method car. So I'm just giving black and year as, sorry, 2025 only. Now we are what we did is we just gave some values. We are just setting. Then uh, we can access the object data and method. So that system dot run. You can see the car color like the same. You can get the year, no issue. Okay. Now for this function, just nothing but just to call it like car dot drive. Okay. So once you did this, this method will call inside our main. See, we just created one class here. Okay. We didn't assign any values or anything, but once we create objects, this will be changed. This is the use of class and objects. Okay. So we can access the attributes that we use inside the class using the object name that we use here dot the attribute. Once you click on after that object name, once you click the dot, you will get the attributes that we used inside the class car. So this is the thing. Now we can go for inheritance and polymorphism. Inheritance is nothing but it will allows one class to extend another, and for that we will use one keyword extends to use the functionality of the other. Polymorphism is nothing but we will use the same method behaves differently depending on the object. Okay, so let's start with that. So I'm creating one class animal, and just creating one sub method, creating one method inside that void sound animal. It says sound. Okay. Now what I mentioned regarding inheritance means uh, we can override the sound that we written here with the another uh, method which we will use with the keyword extends. Okay, class dog extends animal. Here I am using the same thing. Okay, dot box. Okay. Now nothing but in our main class I am going to create one object, which is the parent class object. I will create first, then I will create the child class object. This is the parent, this is the child. Okay. Animal, my animal, like that. We can go for the another. So you can see we write same methods, right? Void sound. When we call this animal, sorry, my animal dot sound, it will give this output. Same when we do this for the dog, it will give this dog barks. So that's a use of inheritance and polymorphism. Mm, see, this is the thing that I mentioned regarding polymorphism. It will behaves differently depending on the object that we created. So same methods, but based upon the object, it varies. So we're done with our inheritance and polymorphism. Next is abstraction. So in abstraction, it is nothing but we are hiding complex details and showing only what's necessary using abstract class or interfaces, which means just imagine you drive a car. Okay, so only thing you are keeping in mind is you are steering the wheel, but don't need to know how the engine works at that moment, right? So same thing, which is coming under abstraction. So for um, abstraction, we have to use the keyword abstract, and we can't instantiate it directly. Only through one subclass we can use this abstraction. Okay, abstract. So I'm just use one method definition without any body, just a simple one. Abstract void draw. Okay. Now I will create one another class which used to implement this abstract class circle extends shape, and we will use one annotation which is override to not having any further issue during runtime. Void row, and uh, just give something to print. System dot out dot println, drawing a circle. Okay. Now we have to um, call this abstract. Um, use this abstract, right? So first we have to create the object shape is equal to new circle. Now we will uh, call the draw method in circles. Okay, so see, we will get drawing a circle. This is the thing with respect to abstraction. For that we have to use one keyword abstract, as well as we can't use it directly. For that we will instantiate another subclass circle, which using the keyword extends, and we will use the override for not getting any issue during runtime. Now next one is the encapsulation. It is the process of hiding data by making fields private and allowing access through public methods like, as you know, the getters and setters. Uh, it's like I hope you saw capsules, that tablets which hide the medicine inside. You only interact it with it from the outside. So this is the way how encapsulation is working. Just go through the code once so that you will get it understand. Furthermore, I'm just creating one class with a private field class, um, person, and I will use one field. Let's take name. Okay. Once that's done, we have to go for the getters and setters in order to set the value and to get the value. Setters for set the value and getters for get the value. Okay. Public void. What about set name string new name is equal to new name. Okay. This is setter, which means we will set the new value whatever we give to this name. Now we have to go for getters to fetch what having the particular field name. Okay, sorry, public string, because we are using string to get the to get have a value to return. Get name, return name. Okay. Now in our main we can create one object person p is equal to new person. Now we can set one name p dot set name. So now you can see there is red here, which means it expect one argument, but still it's found 0. So give a name. I will give my name. You can try with yours. So as of now, the name is set to Rahul. Okay. So the name is now Rahul. Now you can see what is currently inside in the name. So system dot out println p dot get name. run this. See, we give it as private. Once we give the getters and setters, and we give the name, it's reflecting. Okay, so this is the thing with respect to hooks. So I will just give a brief regarding the hooks concept. First of all, class and object. This is the blueprint and actual instance. Second, inheritance, which means one class inherits from another. Third, polymorphism, which is one interface, but with respect to the difference, many implementations can happen, which means having different names for a particular person. Like that, we can tell abstraction, hiding complex code and showing only the important parts. Encapsulation is hiding internal details and using public methods to access them. So these are the things that I mentioned that I discussed today. Remaining will uh, discuss in the next session. So till that, if you have any query, any doubt regarding whatever I mentioned in this session, you can ping me. I will give my social media accounts, or you can discuss the things in Discord as well as in Telegram channel that I created for DSA. So whatever, just check, and we can discuss there. Till that, bye. Happy coding.